Hi guys, welcome back. So today I am here with my July TBR. It is that time. There's so many books that I want to read. I never get to everything that I would like to, so the way that I've been doing my TBRs, which I kind of like, is I have a list of the books that I really definitely planning on getting to this month, and then a section of books that I would like to pick up this month if I get the chance. First up, I have some buddy reads that I'm going to be doing this month. I'm going to be doing a buddy read with one of my followers this month, Irish Twins Mama, and we're going to be reading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Jenkins Reid. My grandma bought me this for my birthday this year. I have heard nothing but good things about it, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's probably not something I would have picked up on my own, but everybody who's read it seems to love it. It's about an aging movie star who tells her life story to a reporter, and she's had multiple husbands and relationships with various people, and I don't know. That's all I know about it. Apparently it's really good, so I'm going to be reading that. I am also continuing on with my Witchlands series read-along. Some of you guys have been following along with that. Last month I read Wind Witch with Leanna from Leanna's Library and Mara from Books Like Whoa and Amanda from The Naughty Librarian, so I think they're going to be continuing on with me this month. We're going to be reading the prequel novella in the series, Sightwitch. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to hop in on this. I'm really looking forward to it. And I also have a special thing I'm going to be doing that I will have an entire separate video about, so keep an eye out for that. It's going to involve reading bonus content from this author. There's this like cool new app that reached out to me. I'm not like getting paid to promote them or anything, I just think their stuff's really cool, and they have some extra content related to Sightwitch from Susan Dennard, so if you're interested in reading the book along with us and also doing some of the bonus content on the app, there will be an opportunity to do that. So keep an eye out for that video coming up shortly, but I'm definitely going to be continuing this. This is a reread for me. I read it, I gave it 5 stars and loved it. It is, like I said, it's a prequel novella, and it's kind of cool because it's told in the form of documents and journal entries. So anyway, it's really interesting. I love it. I love the cover. It's so pretty. I love Susan Dennard. And then I am also going to be continuing on with the Red Rising read-along hosted by Leanna from Leanna's Library and Lauren from the novel Lush. Next month, we're going to be reading Morning Star by Pierce Brown. I finally read Golden Sun with them last month, and I loved it. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was crazy. The ending was crazy. This whole series is amazing, so I'm really looking forward to finishing up the trilogy with Morning Star, and then next month I believe we're moving on to the beginning of the next trilogy in the world with Iron Gold. So I will be reading this, and then I think this is the last buddy read that I've agreed to do. It's possible that I've forgotten something, but I am supposed to be reading Tiny Pretty Things by Sona, Charaipotra, and Dhonielle Clayton with Derby from Derby Lane Reads. So I will link all of these people's channels in the video description down below. Definitely go check them out. They're all just wonderful people. But yeah, this, I have like a signed copy of it and I haven't read it yet. It sounds fun. It's a YA contemporary about girls and drama at some ballet school in Manhattan, and it's diverse and apparently good, so looking forward to that one. And then I am finally, guys, actually gonna read this. I know, I am way behind on this, but I'm adding it to my TBR. I am planning to read An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Finally. Book 3 just came out. I have the entire series. I know I'm gonna love it. Like, I know that I'm gonna love it. I just need to actually read it. So I'm officially putting Ember in the Ashes on my TBR. If you want to read this with me, let me know in the comments down below. I'd be happy to do a buddy read because I really, really want to read this book. I also have a couple books that are getting transferred over from my June TBR because that happens. I never get to everything. So I'm going to be reading The Con Artist by Fred Van Lente. This is an arc of a book by Quirk Books that is coming out in July. It is a murder mystery set at San Diego Comic-Con, and it looks pretty short and seems like it might be pretty entertaining, so I'm going to be reading that. And then I'm also planning to read Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. This comes out July 10th. I do have an ARC copy of it. It's beautiful, and I really enjoyed Uprooted, so this is set in the same world. And I think this is a retelling of Rumpelstiltskin. I also have some books that I agreed to review, so I'm going to be trying to get to these this month. I've got Twice Dead by Caitlin Seal. This comes out in September. It was sent to me to review by Charles Bridge Teen. This has probably been on my TBR a couple times, but I really do need to get to it. I keep putting it off because it comes out in September, but it looks fun. It has to do with like zombies and I don't know, fun things that I like, so it'll be good. And then this Also, I need to get to, I have a NetGalley arc of this, but now I also have a physical arc. Thank you, BEA and BookCon. It's The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. I've been hearing great things about this, and it's also really pretty. I love the Art Deco design, but this is like Groundhog Day, but with a murder mystery, so that should be really fun. I am also hoping to get to some of the books that indie authors gave me to review at BEA and BookCon. The first one is Wolves and Roses by Christina Bauer. This is book 1 in the Fairy Tales of the Magicorium series. By the way, I just thought I would let you guys know, I don't have my air conditioner on right now because it's really noisy. It is hot, so if I look glistening, then that is why. It's like 90 degrees in New York today, so I just thought I would throw that out there. But yeah, so this looks fun. It's like a YA retelling of Sleeping Beauty, sort of, except flipped. I don't know. It just sounds with like a high school, I don't know. It sounds really interesting and it looks cool. So I'm going to be reading this and reviewing it. That's by an indie author. Another one that sounds pretty cool is Crossroads and the Himalayan Crystals. This is book 1 in a series. Book 2 just came out as well. This is by C. Toni Graham. And this is another YA book. It's set at a school and has magic, and yeah, I want to read that one too. And then the final indie book that I have for review is Kirin Rise, The Cast of Shadows by Ed Cruz and Ron Langtu. I am curious to see how I feel about this. It sounds kind of interesting. Apparently one of the authors has actually trained in this special martial arts form that was originally created by a woman. And so this book is a fictional narrative following a girl who is training in that martial arts form as well, and it's part of a series. So anyway, it sounds kind of like an interesting thing, so I'm hoping to pick this up and give it a try and let you guys know what I think. Then this I really wanted to get to in June and never got around to, but I've just been in the mood for books like this. So I have The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. I have been hearing such good things about this book. I read another thing by her that I really loved, and it's just so pretty, and I don't know, guys, I've been in the mood for this kind of thing, so I'm hoping to pick that one up. And then I have, oh gosh, I mean, there's so many books. I know I'm not going to get to everything that I want to get to, but like, we'll see. Like, I usually get to a good chunk of it. Never all of it, but a good chunk of it. Another thing on my radar is The Darkest Star. This is an arc of the new book by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This comes out in October, but I do want to read it so I can send it off to Brandy from Brandy Janine's Book Shelf, because I got this for her, actually got it signed for her, but I kind of want to at least try it. It's set in the Lux world, and yeah, it just, I don't know. It sounds kind of cool, so I want to at least give it a try. And then I have another arc I picked up that actually comes out in July. It's called A Study in Honor by Claire Odell, and I don't really know what category to put this into, but it sounds really interesting. So it says it's set in a near future Washington, D.C. in a new civil war, and so the main character is like a black LGBTQ woman, and I don't know. Anyway, it just sounds like really interesting. I don't know how to classify this exactly, but I do want to read it. And then I'm also hoping to get to Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. This is the sequel to Strange the Dreamer. This one also comes out in October, but again, it's like another one that I want to read so that I can mail it off to a friend, because I'm planning on sending this to Leanna, which I know she's excited to have that, so hoping to get to that this month. I also want to pick up Stripped by Zoe Castile. She's writing under a different name, but this is the same author as Zoraida Cordova, who wrote Bruja Born and that whole series, which I really loved, and I've heard really good things about this, so I want to pick it up. Anyway, those, oh, right, I almost forgot. Also, I have Nixia Unleashed by Scott Rankin. I actually did start this. I didn't read very much. I read like 10 pages of it, but I really loved Nixia, and I found a early copy of this. This comes out in July, and these are so good, you guys. If you want like diverse sci-fi that's done really well, where the storytelling, it's like, it's got Red Rising vibes, except for a YA audience and with lots of diversity. So anyway, I highly recommend this series. They're like really good. So I really want to read book 2. And then I have a stack of other books that are things I would like to get to this month. They're maybe less of a priority than some of these others, but I would like to read Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. This is the second book in the Grisha trilogy. I read book 1 a couple months ago, really liked it, and I do want to continue on with that. I am also hoping to get to City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. This is her new middle grade ghost story book. It's the beginning of a new series, I think, but it's a middle grade. It's coming out in August. I am also hoping to get to Blanca y Roja by Anna Marie McLemore, and this is some kind of a fairy tale retelling about sisters who have a curse where they're swans or something. And anyway, I've really been wanting to read something by her. It sounds really cool and it's really pretty, and I have a friend who wants to read this, so I'm hoping to finish it so I can pass it on to her. And then this is an arc of a book that is coming out in August. It's called This Story is a Lie by Tom Pollock. And this sounds like it could be really interesting, so I'm interested to give it a try. It is about this math genius who suffers from serious panic attacks, but then some really crazy stuff starts happening and he has to figure out how to deal with it. I think like his sister's kidnapped or something and his mom disappears or is assassinated. I don't know. Crazy stuff starts happening and he has to like figure out how to cope enough to deal with it, something like that. So it sounds like it could be interesting. And then I'm also hoping to get to Lifelike by Jay Kristoff. This just came out last month. I've just been hearing nothing but good things about it. This is the beginning of a new YA sci-fi series by him. Everyone seems to love it and I really want to read it. I have it. I want to read it. And then I also want to finish up the last book so far in the Wayward Children series. In June, I read Down Among the Sticks and Bones, also loved that, and then I have Beneath the Sugar Sky, which I would like to get to. I think book 4 is coming out soon. I've been starting to see people get arcs in their mail, and I'm so jealous. So if you have an arc of book 4 in this series and are willing to part ways with it, let me know, because that would be very exciting. And then, this is like maybe less of a priority, but at some point I do also want to read A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. This is another one I got signed for a friend, but I want to read it. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. It doesn't come out till January, so it's not like such a priority, but I do want to read it sooner than later. And then of course there's things that I had on my TBR last month that I never got to that I do still want to get to, but like where that's gonna fit and everything, I don't know. It's always a little bit tricky, like, and the thing is I'm also a little bit of a mood reader, so I like having kind of an array of things I can choose from. So some of these, the buddy reads, I will definitely be getting to. Some of the ones that I've agreed to review, I will definitely be getting to, and then these are things that I may pick up this month. So talk to me in the comments down below. Let me know if you have any thoughts, if any of these are things that you've read that you think I should read, or things you're interested in, or things you're interested in buddy reading with me. I think last month I might have overextended myself a little bit with buddy reads, but I do really enjoy doing them, and it helps me get to the books I say I'm going to get to. So anyway, talk to me in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.